Spark TV. Metal in action.
We have to say that we are in a Framus and Warwick factory. That means that you have there your own custom guitars. So tell us more about these guitars.
Well, yeah, we started actually 9 months ago.
Okay.
We started working with Framus and developing some really special instruments suiting our visual and technical demands.
Okay.
And it was a very exciting time for me because I played guitar more than half of my life, but in the last 9 months I found out how little I knew about guitars actually. Because you get a very deep insight when you start developing your custom guitar to the core with an amazing guitar builder like Markus Spangler from Framus is. And so we developed a series of guitars actually that are totally adapted to what POWERWOLF's demands are. I mean, they have just like totally striking visuals, and technically we did a lot of stuff I actually never heard of before we started developing them, like fancy stuff like we have those Evertune tunings, the Evertune bridges. I haven't even heard about them before, and Framus showed us those amazing stuff, and so we ended up having guitars which are quite modern guitars technically wise. We used the Evertune bridges, we used the amazing Fishman pickups. So it's kind of, it was really exciting developing that stuff, definitely.
Alright, if we are talking about custom guitars, so I have to say that of course one of important stuff for the show is the design of the guitar. So it was making by you, or?
It was kind of a great collaboration between Framus and us. I mean, I started sending them sketches about what I wanted to do, and they took me very deep into material science finally, because we in fact do have some metal covers on the guitars, which is really the material is metal finally, which is put on the wood of the guitars, and I had to go very deep into the actual building of things to understand what we can do, what we can't do, and what we should do. So it was a very good process, developing things together, and finally we ended up with guitars I never imagined we could do. So it was stunning. Actually, one of those, which was a very exciting project, which really took us like 4 months in the making, was a guitar that is where the visual is based on a Gothic church window, and it was a very detailed construction because we're stuck to the flying V shape of the guitar. That's like a rule in POWERWOLF. We will never play any other shape of guitars, and the guys at Framus were struggling hard to get those typical Gothic window constructions on a flying V shape, and it was a really exciting process to develop this guitar.
How can these guitars affect the sound of POWERWOLF?
Well, there's different levels where guitars affect your sound. I mean, first of all, the feeling you get playing a guitar is very important to me. If I hold a guitar in hands and then play a chord for the first time, it's just like, you either get into how this instrument works or you don't. And so a guitar that just suits your way of playing is a very inspiring instrument, because you start enjoying yourself playing the guitar. So this is one of the things. The other thing is that, in fact, of course, the sound of the guitar is obviously a very important element in how it affects the sound, and there we get a lot of new input from using those Fishman pickups, which just deliver a very good and very musically sounding mid-range, because I personally am a fan of guitars which have a good tone. A lot of guitars that are typical heavy metal guitars used to have, they have a good punch in the bass, and they have some cutting high frequencies, but they often lack of musical tone in the mids. And that was something that was really important for us in the development of the guitars. And those guitars actually do have a very good mid-range, which really makes you sound very musical. So yeah, that's something I enjoy absolutely about those guitars, and I'm already looking forward to the first studio production with those guitars.
Aktuální Blu-ray, DVD, CD do Metal Mass Live od POWERWOLF a další věci nakoupíš na www.sparker.cz. Spark TV. Metal in Action.